The Crusades in the Middle Ages. The First Crusade was called by the Pope, and crusaders played a key role. But what were the Crusades exactly? They were a series of military campaigns launched by Christian Europe against Muslim-ruled territories in the Middle East, especially Jerusalem. Between 1096 and 1270, there were 7 to 8 major crusades, in which hundreds of thousands of Muslims and Christians lost their lives. The Pope ordered the crusades, and crusader knights carried them out. The motives? Jerusalem was to be taken back for Christians. Muslims, viewed as a threat, were to be punished, and the Christians united under Pope Urban at a time when there were 2 popes. Crusaders were promised forgiveness of sins, sought fame and honor, and believed they would enter paradise as instruments of God. Another strong motive was the prospect of rich booty. They spoke of a pilgrimage or campaign, but in reality, these were wars. A brief timeline. 1096 to 1099, conquest of Jerusalem, First Crusade. 1147 to 1149, failed attempt to retake Edessa. 1189 to 1192, another failed attempt focused on Jerusalem. 1202 to 1204, sack of Constantinople. 1217 to 1221, campaign ultimately directed at Egypt. 1228 to 1229, Jerusalem regained only through negotiation, not war. 1248 to 1254, 7th and 8th Crusades, both failed. These 7 or 8 expeditions are considered the main crusades. In 1212, there was also the Children's Crusade, which is not counted among them. By 1291, around 200 years after the first, Christian strongholds in the region had been retaken and their fortresses destroyed. In God's name, divided Christians caused great suffering. For roughly 150 to 200 years, crusaders conquered territory, fought costly battles, established states and castles with the support of knightly orders, only for Muslim forces to reconquer these areas, starting the cycle anew. From a European perspective, only the First Crusade can be called truly successful. Europe did, however, adopt advanced knowledge from the Islamic world, for example, in medicine. For the Islamic world, the Crusades were a traumatic experience. The West is still perceived as a threat in parts of the Middle East, a perception that can, in part, be traced back to the Crusades. War and violence are never good advisors. This video comes from Lernförderung.de and is part of our Middle Ages series. Have a look. You'll find more useful insights for your classwork. Good luck with your studying.